The day starts with breakfast. Pineapple and dalandan.
Pineapple is pinya.
This is Condoland, Bonifacio Global City, Manila, Philippines. And just a couple blocks down, it ain't Condoland. Most days start out with a walk, a long walk, because we are under GCQ here in Metro Manila, Philippines. That's General Community Quarantine, or what I like to call GHA, Government House Arrest, but that's a whole nother story. So one of the things that we need to do is just keep healthy, get our exercise, get our walks in, get some sun on our skin, and do our shopping. As you can see, it is not Condoland anymore. So for the last week, I've been exploring these barangay areas out in Manila, shooting contrasts, because Manila is an incredible city of contrasts. And the barangays really show that level of contrast as far as the people, the colors, the comparisons. I know. Okay, we're going shopping.
No, we saw a skirt that she loved it, that it was put here, and then we asked how much it is. It's only 75 peso.
75 peso.
For a good brand. It's a second-hand.
Second-hand brand. We call this in Ukay.
Yeah.
One of the things I think that's really cool about Tagalog, the Philippine language, is they have a lot of double words. Ukay, sari sari, kili kili, bil bil. Anyway, you can get some really amazing deals back here. It's all secondhand, right? Ukay is a thrift store, but they're secondhand brand name stuff, and we're talking like, 50 to 75 pesos, $1.5 to buy a shirt, a skirt, a pair of shorts. You'll see the Talipapa market shortly, where we do all our shopping now, because, well, for lots of reasons. The economy has been incredibly depressed here, collapsing the economy due to this global alleged crisis that we're dealing with, and these people are really struggling. These people were locked down in what they call ECQ, enhanced community quarantine, and basically that meant you could not go out, you could not work, you could not do anything except shop for essentials. But if you can't work and you don't have refrigeration, then you're in a bad situation. So we do everything we can to help support these smaller communities, smaller markets, and that includes shopping back here. All right, ladies, let's roll. Rather than go to the mall to get the release form for Life in a Day, we're hitting up this little print shop right in the middle of the barangay area.
We're gonna buy a round mask instead of handkerchief.
Yeah, I'm getting sick of these masks. After like an hour walking around, they just become saturated with perspiration, and I need something that's, I don't know, different. That's just hanging around at the old store here. This was breakfast. We're gonna get a few more.
This man is nutrition man.
Yeah, you can really smell the old fish here at the Talipapa market.
and this one is 5 pesos.
3 peso and 5 peso?
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Man, I would love me some street squid, but trying to go vegan, baby. Masarap ba?
Yeah, super yummy.
Who needs a wall when you got a satellite dish? When I first came here, someone once asked me, what is it that you love about this country? And I was just like, it's Manila, baby. Some of the houses here are so cool. These double decks, winding staircases.
Rice is life.
One of the challenging things about shooting video here in Metro Manila is the noise. It's incredibly loud here. It's like none of these jeepneys and tricycles and motorcycles really seem to have any kind of muffler control. And even though we're under general community quarantine, they have allowed the usage of private vehicles. So traffic is back in the metro, and that means noise and some level of pollution. You're already sweating through. See what I mean about that noise? Man, it is just blazingly hot here today, but you know, that's pretty much the way it is every day, and it's really one of the things I love about the Philippines is the weather. I love it when it's hot. One of the great things about some of these cool old houses back here is that they all have these open roof decks.
May mga house rent pa dito din ang mga roofing. Mga roofing. Hindi tayo balay yung karatang na rooftop. Ma-open mo. Ayun na.
Manila is a city of contrasts. The contrasts are very apparent as far as lifestyle, living conditions. I mean, you've got your barangays, and you've got your condo towers, and there's really no separation between the two. So one of the things we're looking for today is a great spot to launch the drone from.
Seeing Metro Manila from the air, you really get a sense of how densely packed the houses are together in these residential areas. They appear to be haphazardly stacked with a myriad of different types of beautiful colors. The homes are actually pretty cool, a lot of them with open rooftop garden decks. It's easy to see why Metro Manila is considered one of the most densely populated cities on Earth. There are 12 million people living within the 16 cities that make up Metro Manila, with a total of 21 million living in the nearby urban areas. With the third worst ranked traffic in the world, it can take half a day to get from one side of the city to the other.
payong.
Buhatan.
Payong.
Payong.
Buhatan, payong.
Quick pit stop back in Condoland to drop off some of the produce that we bought, and then we're going to head over to the other side of Condoland to check out some more of the contrasts of lifestyles here in Metro Manila. Sure. You bet.
I don't want people here. I'm sneezing. I'm afraid.
It's just not cool living in a world where you're afraid that someone is going to hear you sneeze. Okay. So you eat the flower?
Yeah, not flour a lot.
Oh. The liquid inside the flower.
Sweet.
It's sweet, like honeysuckle.
Yeah.
We're about 7 or 8 big city blocks from that Talipapa market. How I spend my days in the Philippines. Oh my goodness. I love how they don't take the masks off for their photos.
What?
Filipinos love posing for photos. The tents of the Mercado Market, where we would be going to eat right now, it wasn't closed for this ridiculous lockdown control thing they've got going on. What do you love, babe?
Huh?
What do you love?
What do I love you? What?
I love you too, babe.
Wow, bolero. I love you more, babe.
I also love puppies, and I love giraffes, and I don't know why. They're just awesome.
How about sheep? Huh?
Sheep.
No. Whatever. I don't know.
Alpacas, llamas, giraffes, puppies, the beach, swimming, ikaw.
No, the bula-bula.
What is in my pocket? Well, I got a muzzle. I got a wallet, I got a cell phone, and I got a USB stick with a form on it that I had to download and print out today. When I think about what I'm afraid of, it's changed a lot over the years, you know. Fear is in the mind, and once you sort of understand that, you really get the ability to control it. But there are things that I'm just really afraid of, like afraid for inside at a deep level, like things that you don't want to admit to yourself or to anyone else in this world. And that is that the reality of our world, of our society, is past the tipping point. There is no going back. There is no reclamation possible for the environment. That 50% or 70% of the species will be extinct in 25 to 50 years. Is that even conceivable. Some people are saying it's going to be reality. And that frightens me. And I think that people on Earth can take the power back. I think that we can get these things under control, and I think the way we need to do it is by disrupting the status quo. We need to make a shift, a drastic shift that isn't government-led, like a lockdown that destroys your entire lifetime's work. If we're going to accept extreme draconian measures, why not create them on our own terms? Why not take the power back? Because there are two things you can control. I keep wanting to try and say this in an empowering way, and it ends up coming out as a rant. But what I really want to see in this world is people take the power back. Take the power back from corrupt governments, tyrannical organizations, corporate oligarchies. And I don't mean in a revolutionary sort of way. I mean in a very simple sort of way, because I feel that as human beings, at least in most of our free societies, we have the absolute power to do two things. Because you 100% control what you put in your mouth. And you 100% control what you spend your dollar on. So considering you now have that level of control, you can vote with your dollar. You can shut down the source of the official narrative's cause of pandemics, right? You could shut down animal agriculture. You could go vegan. Global veganism, I know, it sounds insane, but no more insane than lockdown. I'm trying to make this recording, and the guard walked by and told me I have to wear a face mask. See what I mean? I can't even sit in an amphitheater with no one around me for hundreds of meters and talk to a camera and without being controlled, right? I don't have the freedom to sit outside without wearing a mask, and that is unbelievable, and that is ridiculous, and that should not be. So how do you take the power back? You shut down the corporate oligarchs, you shut down the monstrous corporations, you shut down their profit margins, right? You stop eating the things that they're pumping billions of vaccines and hormones and antibiotics and steroids into. You stop putting that stuff in your body. You stop creating this miasma of unwellness, right, in your body. You strengthen your immune system. You become healthy. You don't need health insurance. You don't need pharmaceutical supplements, right? Because you get what you need from nature. And you're not polluting the environment anymore, because you're not slaughtering billions of animals every year and dumping filth because of it. Yeah, disrupt that. You can disrupt that. You can take that control. Because you have the ability to do that. 100% ability to control what you put in your mouth. So why not exercise it? Why not disrupt what's called United Nations Agenda 21 for rollout of 2030, right? If we're going to accept draconian extreme measures, and we're going to allow millions of people to be shut down in their businesses and their lifestyle and their dreams, really. I mean, how many people dream and work for decades to run their business, and then have the government come along and say, oh, sorry, you can't run your business anymore, you can't support your family anymore, you can't do anything anymore. You can be dependent on us, though. We'll take care of you, of course, with our, genetically modified products filled with vaccines, hormones, steroids, antibiotics, and who knows what else. And you'll be sick, and you'll be susceptible, and you'll be programmed. That's something that frightens me, the social reprogramming that they're doing, right? Didn't these, Nazi CIA guys, and Stalin guys, or KGB guys or whoever say it takes like 2-3 generations to reprogram a culture. What do you think social distancing is? What do you think the new normal is? That's social reprogramming, and that stuff scares me. Right? That's dehumanizing people. This is dehumanizing people, right? Just like that. I no longer have my features. I'm a faceless, maskless entity. See, it's turning into a rant again. I didn't want it to be a rant. I want it to be empowering. I want it to empower you and say, look, you have the power to do this. You can impact this at a level that's unbelievably staggering. It would make a monumental difference in your life, in the lives of your children, in the lives of every human being on Earth. Would you rather be locked down or give up eating meat and dairy? Would you rather be told what industries are going to be shut down and what you can't work on? And would you rather be told that we can no longer eat these products because it's destroying our world? At least it's a large part of what's destroying the world. It's destroying health. If this was about health, you sure as heck wouldn't be locked down. You'd be outside, you'd be in solariums, right? You'd be exercising, you'd be eating vegan diets. If anything would be shut down, it would be these fast food corporations and these pharmaceutical industries and maybe the chemical producing companies. I don't know. Like I said, I don't want it to be a rant, and I don't want to ramble, but I want you to be empowered to take control and know that you have the ability to do that, and know that if we all did that as one people, one race, one community, one human Earth, then we could live the lives that we want. And I don't know about you guys, and I love living here in Metro Manila, Philippines, and we're hanging out in the empty amphitheater today, and it's cool and all, but I want to go to the beach. And right now I can't go to the beach. I don't have the freedom to go to the beach. And that's not cool. I don't care how you slice it, I don't care how you dice it. That's not cool.
Alright, so we've been hauling around all day and we're super beat, so we decided to take a taxi back from the amphitheater towards uptown here in BGC, and I'm just showing you that part of social distancing, part of the new normal in Manila, Philippines means that you have to hang up these like clear shower curtain things in every public conveyance. So, new normal. Resist new normal. Resist social reprogramming.
Restaurants in Manila are open, but only at 30% seating capacity. And even on a beautiful Saturday afternoon, even a super popular place like this is just like a ghost town during our GCQ, the General Community Quarantine. Every now and then, usually once a week, we like to go out, get a little something to eat, have a couple beers, and it's usually something like Thai, because they do vegan, right? So, ghost town, baby. During the General Community Quarantine status here in Metro Manila, there are these slightly ineffectual contact tracing efforts in place, and you got to fill out these forms in order to eat in a restaurant. Matter of fact, you got to submit to a temperature check just to get into the main building. You got to submit to a temperature check just to be able to sit down at the table. There's social distancing. We're at a table for 6, but they're only letting 3 of us sit here. So it's new normal, and it's not cool, and I think it's all social reprogramming, and it's all BS, and I say resist new normal. We're barely halfway through the day, and we still got a whole agenda. We got to fly the drone, we got to catch sunset. I want to do some night shooting in the city because some of the buildings here in BGC look pretty awesome. But sandmig time. All right, ready for sunset?
The sheer size of Metro Manila can make it easy to forget you are on a tropical island. But the sunsets here on Luzon can be just as amazing as those on the beaches in Visayas. The sprawl of the city is so immense that skyscrapers stretch across the horizon as far as the eye can see and appear as if they're urbanized mountain ranges in the far distance.
Had a big time rainstorm here after sundown. Ducked inside, rest up a little bit, and now I'm back out for just an hour or two because there's a curfew here in Metro Manila. You have to be indoors by 10 p.m. Sometimes people say it looks creepy walking around Manila at night. Granted, some areas of Manila can be kind of creepy, but here in BGC, I call it Candyland.
The sprawl of the city is so immense that skyscrapers
This place is
stretch
practically
across the
just
horizon as if they're
a mall
urbanized
playground
mountain ranges in the distance,
filled with
as far as the eye can see.
office towers and condos. I don't have much of an opportunity to get out at night here in BGC anymore because I work nights here in Metro Manila. I support BPO operations, business process outsourcing, and I'm usually at work at night. So luckily today was my day off. So I'm taking advantage of that opportunity to get a look at BGC through the lens. Now I know why they call it the New York City of the Philippines. Lots of distinctive buildings here in BGC. It's actually the office building that I work out of, but all on-site work has been suspended. Most BPO operations that are still in operation are working from home. It was a long day. The girls decided to pack it in, and really I don't blame them. We wanted to go out to this spot tonight, but because of the general community quarantine, just about everything's closed. I mean, this is Saturday night in one of the most premier happening cities in Metro Manila, which is comprised of 16 major cities. The metropolis is huge. BGC is usually all lit up at night. Some of these buildings create a really fantastic cityscape, but because we're here in a lockdown mode, right? GCQ, general community quarantine, there is a curfew in effect. I probably only got about another hour to be out, in which case I better get my butt behind closed doors because, well, I don't want to be arrested. Was today typical for life in a day for an American living here in Metro Manila, Philippines? Well, for this week it was. One of the things I've realized in life, and again pretty recently, is that you really got to make every moment count. You got to seize the moment. You got to get up every day and you got to drive yourself. You got to be disciplined. You got to push it, because no one is going to push it for you, ever. It's all about you, what you want, setting your goals and going for them. And this week, I had a couple of goals. One of them was to get out in Manila and shoot what I call contrast in 4K. Contrasting elements of the lifestyles and the everything about living in Metro Manila. And that's what I did. I got up every day and I hit the bricks and I tooled around the barangays and the zones, and I pointed the camera at things I'd never seen before and just really took a moment to look. And it was a really rewarding experience, a really interesting experience. I met some kind people. I found some great new places to shop for organic produce, super cheap. I got some exercise, I got some sun. I didn't just say, oh, I'm bummed because I can't go to the pool today, or oh, it sucks that the gym is closed, and it sucks that the brewery's closed and I can't get a craft beer. And it's been 5 months since I had a craft beer. And I'm just trying to put all that aside, you know. I'm trying to create opportunities, even if they're not great opportunities. They just keep driving me forward. So was today typical for life in a day for a foreigner here in the Philippines? Some elements, yeah. Some elements, no. I mean, no calisthenics today, no karate today. But I do have some options, and I'm gonna make the best of them, and hopefully you will too. Thank you for joining me, for joining us today. Life in a Day, Manila, Philippines. Life in Manila is really been interesting, and under lockdown it has been interesting but less exciting. Manila is an exciting city, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love it here. But that's it. Life in a day, baby.